Look who's back.
Hello.
Right, I've got this mower coming. The lady said it would start, it'd only run for a few seconds and then it would cut out. So we've got it in for a full service, and also she said there's a problem with the drive, so while we're having a service on it, we'll have a look under there for her.
Happy days. I'm here to keep an eye on him so he knows what he's doing.
He can fetch the tools for us. Let's get started. Right, so what we've got is a McAllister, and it's got the 450E Briggs engine on it. So it's in a bit of a state. So what I like to do before I start is I like to clean it off first. Let's have the airbox off.
Right, you did start this up beforehand, didn't you? And it was hunting, wasn't it?
It was hunting. It ran for about 10 seconds yet. There we go.
That's not a clean airbox, is it? That would make it hunt as well, because it's not sucking in air evenly. So that's something that's got to be sorted out. Got an old car filler cap on there, as you can see. Look for the fuel. But as long as it's got a vent in, it should work. So that's that.
This one looks like it's just come out of Mick's mower shack.
After a service. I hope you're watching, Mick.
Let's have a look at this blade. Just take that HT lead off. The blade ain't too bad, to be fair.
But she didn't have any drive, did she?
There's no drive, no. So actually, I can't actually see a belt in there either. I can't feel one. So we'll come back to that. Let's get the service sorted. Right, so we're just going to whip this carb off now, and that's a 8mm nut there. And the front one's actually a 7mm. So we'll just take that one there. And then you've got another 8mm just at the front there. So put that there. We'll just pull this off. And I'll just show you the linkages. So you can't really get this wrong. Right, so that's all clean now, so we're going to start assembling this back together. And that will just click in like that. You get your floating needle. And that's your carb put back together. Right, so we're just going to go back and refit this now, and it's just the reverse of what you've done. So you want to put your linkage bar in first, and then just get your fuel pipe. There we go, that's that back on. And just make sure everything lines up. There we go. So that's that. I'm happy with that. Governor arms nice and free as it should be. So we can take these clip off now, so the fuel can run back in. And I'll just get my pliers to put the petrol hose clip back on to stop that coming off. So what we can do now is we can refit our primer system, and that goes up this way, and just remember to put your breather pipe back on as well. So that goes there like that, and you've got your 2 8mm. Where's the driver? And they go on the outside. So you ain't got to wind them all in yet, because we'll get everything lined up first. So you get your 2 8mm, and then I'll just get my 7mm ratchet, and we'll just put them in. Again, I say we're not going to wind them right in yet until we've got all 4 lined up. So you've got one there, and then you've got one at the bottom just under the primer. That's it. So you can go right in now. Not too mad, you don't want to strip any threads. So that's that back on. I haven't got any of these air filters yet, so I've actually just give this one a clean out for the purpose of this video, so we can get it hopefully running. I've got some these foams at my house, so I'll just grab one of them from there when I'm at home next. I'm just going to give this outer casing a quick clean because it's all gummed up still, so let me just clean that. Right, so I'll just give that a quick once over there, a lot better than it was. So we can stick that back on there, and that's a lot better now. And what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the spark plug out, and we'll give that a bit of an examine. Well, I mean, should we have a look at that kill switch? Yeah, that seems to be making contact. There was a bit of crap on there, but I've just got that off now. Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let me just get my spark plug wrench, and I'll whiz that out. Right, so we're going to put this plug back in now. Right, so we're going to get this blade off now and give it a sharpen. So you can see the blades weren't in bad shape, but we'll just put a new edge on it, and then we'll have this cover off here to see what's going on with the drive. Right, I've sharpened the blade. I've had a soak in these, but I've had problems with these in the past. They're just going to snap, so I managed to get this part of the cowling down, and I've had a feel around. There's no grass in there, but there's also no belt in there either, so obviously that's why she ain't got drive, because she ain't got a belt on it. So I will put that to the lady. Main thing is just get her running, and so she can cut her lawn. What we'll do now is we'll whack the blade back on. So I've sharpened that, put an edge on it. Also put a little, went over this side of the blade as well because it was a bit flat there, so we've put edge on both sides. And we'll get this put back on. Now when I did take this off, I noticed the blade was just offset like that, and the lugs have actually been broken. You can see there's 2 lugs there and they're flat now, so they have actually been broken. It has hit something in its past, so we'll just put that back to where it should sit, but obviously there's no lugs there. And I think we're nearly there, ready for a start-up. So all we've got left to do now is, I believe, is just fit the recoil back on, because we've done the plug, we've done the air filter, we've done the carb, we've done the oil. The tank's pretty good in there, and I say she has filled it up with some fresh petrol, so there's no crap in the bottom of that. I forgot what this was. Was that an 8? It was an 8, yeah. So we'll quickly whiz this back on. And I'll give it one final wipe down. And we'll take it outside and see if it's still hunting or not. So let me give it a wipe down and then I'll come back to you. Right, so we're going to get this table lowered. So I'm going to look for another petrol cap as well, because I don't really like that one. I'll see if I've got a spare one. We'll get this off and we'll see if it runs. So we'll get it turned this way so exhaust fumes go out the door. We'll just drop you there. I'll say it still might need the accelerator cable adjusting, so I don't know if all that works yet. So we'll just give it a few primes. And we've got to remember the carb's empty, so it might take a few pulls. So throttle's on. Let me just find a bit of room so I can pull it first. 2, 3, 4, 5. You know what? I better put the HT lead back on first. Every time I do that. Let's give it a few more prompts. Right then, as you can hear, it's still hunting. It means carb off again. They're bloody nuisance, these carbs. It may be cheaper to find another one. I'm going to have another look at this carb again and I'll speak to a lady and we'll see what happens. But the main thing is, it's running now, which it wasn't doing before. I will show you something else. When I just picked this up earlier, I found another lawnmower on the end of someone's drive and it said free for scrap. So let's go and take a look at that one and see what that is. Right, so this is the little lawnmower that was out for scrap. You have to bear with me, I'm outside now, so there might be a bit of wind noise. But it's a Hayter 48 with the lovely Honda engine on it. There is an air filter on the back here that doesn't look too clever. I don't know if there is one in it, no. So the air filter's been taken out. The drive does work, because when I pull the handle in and pull it back, it locks the wheels up, so it does work. But as you can see there, it's actually broken the dead man's handle, so it's actually missing that. But if you just look there, see the wheels lock up, and when I let go, they roll backwards. But when you push it in, they've locked up again. Look, you can't pull the mower back. So that's just a little tip there to show you if the drive works on a lawnmower. So let's just stick a bit of fuel in it and see if we can get it started. Right, so I've just had a look at it. There is actually fuel in there, but who knows how old this is. So the petrol tap's turned off. And we'll stick that on now. As I say, there's lever, so it might be a bit of a bugger to try and start this. But it's actually stayed back, so let's try that. Choke's on. Right, well there's nothing there. Ah, the HT lead weren't clicked on. Let's see if that was the problem. Oh, there we go. There we go. Right, that's cut out because I tried putting the drive on then. That pushed that handle in. Put the choke back on. Well, the engine sounds lovely. Well, it's nice and quiet, the engine. It needs a bit of a speed up. Oh, here we go. That's ticking over sweeter than up now. I think what it was, where it's obviously been stood for a few years, it had stale fuel in the carb, so it's just got through that now, and it's starting to pull it through some of this fresh stuff. Well, I say fresh stuff, I don't know how fresh this is in here, to be fair. That is happy days. Let's just see if the height adjuster works. Oh, look at that. That is perfect.
It's the old one.
This is the scrap one.
Right.
See if you can get it started. You have to pull that little plastic bit up, the bed mat. Yeah, that'll just pull that up and it'll stick up. Pull it right up and it'll wedge in.
Right.
Choke on.
You put the choke on?
No, it's down. The lever. See if you...
outside the door, isn't it?
Yeah, this is one from scrap.
Why'd that come off?
Because you've put the drive in. You don't need that.
That's the drive, is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
See if what's up with this. Might want the choke off. I've just had it going.
Have a fuck.
Yeah?
Oh,
That's slow. Money for nothing. Just hold that little bit in because it'll pop out otherwise.
They probably got rid of it because the handle's broken. And you got this for nothing. Unbelievable.
So as you can see, we've had the right little result here. I'll give it the once over, but I say I won't be going into repainting all this. It was a scrap mower at the end of the day. It turned me a few quid, so I'm happy with that. I say the other one, I'm going to go in there now and have a play about with that carb, and hopefully I can get it sorted. I say worst case scenario, I will have to change the carb on it because they are a nuisance, them carbs. I'm going to stop waffling now. So until next time, we'll see you about.